Hey guys, what is going on? It is your boy, and I am here today with it's not, as you can see, a gaming video, but it is a video nonetheless, explaining some of my thoughts that I want to talk about. If you guys are looking at the title, the title is I'm still going to try Pokemon Worlds, but here's my concern. And my concern is I was watching this YouTuber by the name of That Plus One. Shout out to him for doing this video because some of the concerns that he, voiced into this and I'm gonna let y'all listen to some of the stuff. I'm not gonna play the whole video, but I recommend that you guys go over to his channel. I am subscribed to him. So you guys go over to his channel and watch the full video, but I'm gonna at least give you guys 5 minutes of the video so you guys can hear about some of the things that he's talking about in the video. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back and give you guys my concerns because I really want to do this, but I have to look out for my health as well. So without further ado, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and watch his video first, and then I will come back with my commentary. But I'm gonna at least just do like 5 minutes of the video so you guys can actually understand what's going on. So here we go.
Is up, everybody? Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a little review of the recent Los Angeles Regional Championships that took place, I believe, like last weekend. I don't normally do like little video vlogs like this one, but if you guys like this and you want to see more stuff like it, please think about letting me know in the comments below. I'm not going to try and waste you guys' time here. I ended up dropping pretty early from the tournament, but you know what? I want to do my best to document even the losses. I feel like there's a lot of content creators out there that just post their wins and just post their highs. And this is one of those rare takes where you get to see the lows, and the struggle, and the ultimate like coming to terms that everything's still going to be okay. So if you guys are ready for a little story time, let's just hop right into it. And here we go.
And see, when he said that, I know that a lot of the content creators do that. As you guys can see, I post my wins and losses. I don't just post what you guys want to see, see me win. I post everything. And if you follow my Pokemon Champions, you will see that, which you had to go to the website to see.
So
So,
for those of you that don't know, Los Angeles Regionals is the last North American regional championship that uses Scarlet and Violet. I signed up for this before we really even knew if it was going to be Scarlet and Violet or Champions, and it uses the Reg I format, which is double restricted, like crazy power creep. And if I'm being completely honest, I just got back from a trip to Ireland and Vegas. I hadn't played like any Scarlet and Violet games. I wasn't expecting to do very well in this regional, so I just, picked a group of Pokemon I felt comfortable with. Whimsicott Terrakion, stuff that got me to the World Championships in 2024. Things like Imprison Calyrex Ice Rider to stop the mirror match, as well as holding Body Press to imprison Zamazenta, which if I think I would have fought any Zamazentas in this tournament, I would have had an amazing matchup, but I just kept getting like terrible Kyogre matchups. I overall felt pretty comfortable with my team, but like I said, lack of practice really hit me hard. And for those guys who don't know, I've been competing in regional championships for VGC since 2011, and I don't think I've ever had like this bad of a record. So let's just get right into it and start talking a little bit about how the tournament actually went. All right, so I won the first round. My opponent didn't show up, but we always take those all the way to the bank. First round of regionals are always the most stressful because it really sets the tone for the whole day. And starting things off on a loss is like a one-way ticket to a bad time. So while I would have liked to get like a warm-up game in, I'm also really happy to be like in the green, in the positives. Like the way I like to look at it is if like I ever get like a bye or my opponent didn't show up or I get a win that I shouldn't, that means that I can be a little bit more risky next round, which really leans into like my play style. And next round I'm probably gonna go start off swinging, maybe go for some flinches or some crits, and try and make some reads because worst case scenario, I'm 1-1 versus like if I would have lost round one, I would have had to really try to win game two or round two, I guess. So you can tell I'm really nervous, but things are looking great so far. And I'd really like to make day two with this team. So let's see how we do and get ready for the next round. So just a couple days before this tournament, I got back from my trip from Ireland. Like I said, that was a really fun trip. Me and my wife had an absolutely amazing time. But I get back, I'm back for like one day, and I fly out on Friday to Los Angeles, which honestly is not very far. I live in NorCal, but I still feel jet lagged from Ireland. And I get in there, I'm going to be rooming with a bunch of other people who actually end up making like deep day two runs, and one of them even makes a top 16 run. So this is a really weird situation for me. Normally, throughout my whole VDC career, I'm usually the guy in the room that everyone's hoping to do well. Everyone's hopes and dreams for doing well with the tournament are usually on my shoulders. So being able to room with like other newer players that are like up and coming and, really breaking their own stride and figuring out their own play styles and starting to see success, that's a completely new how would I word this? A new feeling for me. It doesn't feel like I'm washed, right? But it feels like the passing of a torch, the dimming of a light. And it's hard for me to come to terms with that. I don't know if I'm someone that like doesn't like competition, or I've just been super weathered, or if I'm cynical, but regional championships just have not been fun for me for the past, I would say, 5 or 6 years. There's something I do as a content creator. I love meeting the people that watch my videos, but when it comes to like competition, I feel like I don't really have that much else to prove. I've top cut multiple regional championships. I've qualified for the world championships. And when it comes to like playing Pokemon in like a 10-hour setting with like no lunch break, nowhere to really eat, limited bathrooms, that doesn't sound like something that I really like signing up for at this age, being like in my late 30s. So that being said, I know I'm just doing a bunch of complaining here, but I want to set the stage for what these regional championships are like for someone who's like done them a bunch of times. And basically what I'm going to be doing is going over starting each round and then breaking them down at like a quiet place at the corners of the venue, kind of like outside the main venue halls. That's how I like to break down my regionals, and that really like calms me down after each round. It gets me to re-lock in and then go out and give the next round my absolute best. I will say at this regional, I played really well. I played really, really well, and I was very happy with my play. Just unfortunate circumstances led to a pretty subpar result. So let's finally get into what we're going to be doing and show you guys how round one went.
Okay, so we're gonna stop it right there, guys. I told you I wasn't gonna play his whole video, and the reason why I let it go on a little bit past the 5 minute mark, like I said, is because some of the stuff that he was saying is what got me concerned. And what am I concerned about is, you guys know I'm nearly 50. I will be 46 on Monday. Monday I will be 46. And you guys know that I suffer from back issues because I have talked about it extensively. I have two pinched nerves in my back. I've talked about how I got them. For those of you who don't know, it happened back in 2011 when I was 31, and it took them 5 years to figure out how, what was wrong with me. They thought, looking at me like I'm telling them I'm in pain, they don't believe me, and so when they did an MRI, they found two pinched nerves in my lower back. So what that means is, when he's saying you're playing in a 10-hour setting with limited bathroom breaks, well, limited, you don't really have a lunch, or you don't really have anywhere to use the bathroom or anything like that, that I can't sit for more than 30 minutes, or I can't stand for more than 30 minutes. Normally when I'm at home, I'm in the bed or laying across my couch, trying to relax my back, because, it takes the stress off my back. The pain, I have to lay kind of flat sometimes. I can sit up, I can stand up, but only for a very limited time. If I'm going to be sitting there for 10 hours, doing the same thing, and I can't even go and find something to eat, and most of y'all don't know that I am diabetic. However, I just been recently taking off my insulin. So, you know, I got to try to maintain, having not too high blood sugar, but not too low of it. So I would probably have to at least have, some water, a little juice to raise my blood sugar in case I need it, and uh, something to eat. So, um, but in that case, it'd probably help me lose a lot of weight. But I'm not that far from getting to my goal weight that I'm trying to get to. But doing that for like for like 10 hours kind of concerns me because if either one of the pinched nerves in my back is inflamed, I would have to be rushed to the emergency room. And the reason why you guys haven't really been getting content from me is because the beginning of the year I've been spending most of the time in the emergency room because my lower right side where the pinched nerve is has been inflamed a whole lot. And I try not to aggravate it. And what aggravates it the most is me basically, doing everyday things like bending over, picking stuff up off the floor, bending over to look up under the cabinet to get pots, pans, going up and down stairs. That puts a lot of strain on my back, and it makes my pinched nerve inflamed. And a lot of people be asking like, can you get surgery? No, I cannot get surgery. And the reason why I can't get surgery is because where the neurologist told me that the pinched nerves are sitting like directly into my spine. If they cut directly where they need to get to move it, it'll instantly paralyze me on both sides. So I will be paralyzed all from the waist down on if they cut on one side. So surgery is out of the question. But I do want to continue to try. I do want to try and compete there because that's something I want to do. But I didn't know the grueling schedule and the grueling type of setting that they do, that you're going to be in. I didn't know that until watching his video and listening to what he was saying. And that got me concerned. Like, I want to do it so badly, but I don't want to put myself in harm's way because if I make it to the championships and I'm not able to get there because I'm in the emergency room, I mean, all that work I put into it for what? For me just to go to the emergency room? I don't know. But I do want to experience it because, Pokemon, I mean, I've met a lot of friends because of Pokemon. I've done a lot of Pokemon content. So, I've been playing Pokemon since I was 18. And I'm about to be 46 Monday. So that tells y'all I've been playing for almost 31 years and I love playing Pokemon. And that's how I met a lot of friends. So I'm definitely I'm definitely going to try it, but I don't know how I would last. I know 2027 is around the corner, so we don't even know the format just yet, especially for Winds and Waves because that hasn't come out yet. So we got to think about that. How those Pokemon are going to be integrated into the system on Champions. So we don't really know. I've been so hyped for Champions, and I still love Champions to this day. However, I just been thinking about that. He had me thinking, and I definitely wanted to share that part with you guys because excuse me, I wanted to share that part with you guys because it's more um like he said, a lot of the content creators, they don't show you the grueling parts of it. They only show you, and that's why I was so hyped to do it because nobody ever said anything about the downside or the bad side of it. And if I get there and I see this and I don't pay my $80 to get in, and I see this, I can't get a refund. I have to bear it. So now that I know what the situation is like, do I really want to do it, or do I want to do it just for the sake of it? Just for the fun of it. I mean, I still want to do it, but I would. But if I know I'm getting to a point where I'm not going to be able to do, I would just have to bow out. That's all I could do because I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I know that is not good for me. And I know I had told you guys that's I really want to go to the try to get to Pokemon Worlds. That is the only thing that I'm really concerned about, but I definitely want to try. I definitely want to try it. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm before I even go and traveling is one thing I haven't even done. I haven't been on a plane since 20, I think it was 2010 was my last time been on a plane. And that is the main consistency of the whole thing because will have to fly all over to get to where I need to get to in order to do these tournaments. But I haven't flown in since then. So because of the pensioners, I don't know how I'm, going up going up into the air, how it's gonna affect my back. I don't know. And my doctor is telling me to like get thermal underwear, get, heating pads and stuff like that. I That's one thing I don't know is how the atmosphere is gonna, interact with my back as I'm up in the air. Have not done it. So that is that's the next thing. And then, traveling for so many hours, I can't be if I'm gonna travel that many hours, I'm gonna have to get first class where I'm able to stretch out because I can't do coach because the seating is not so good in coach. Not knocking coach because I fly coach all when I was flying, I flew coach all the time. But now with my back issues, I would have to get first class because I can't, with my medical issues going on, I definitely can't just be like, okay, well, let me, go do this. And then I'm ending up in, so many, in pain so badly that I'm in the hospital. And then I have to think about it. If I'm overseas, I do get Medicaid. I'm telling all my business, but I do get Medicaid here in Georgia. That won't work over in other countries. Not only will it not work, well, some countries do have free health care, so I wouldn't have to too much worry about it. But going to another state, my Medicaid won't work there. So it's just like, wow. So, those are things for me to think about. Not saying that I'm giving up, but I do have to consider those thoughts, that he put into the video. That's why I was bringing it to you guys because it's like, I want you guys to understand, like, if I don't do it, you guys know why. And it's not because I did not want to, it's because of my health issues, my back issues, and stuff like that. So that's technically where I am with the situation. But I don't want to make this video too long. But you guys, after listening to what that plus one had to say about the Pokemon tournaments and how grueling they can be, what do you guys think? Do you guys think you would still want to try it even if you are able bodied? Me not being so able bodied, I know I probably won't be able to because I go to I go to cons here in Georgia, Ranger Stop being one, and I have to take multiple breaks because I can't stand up for too long. I can't walk around but for so long. So y'all let me know if that was something y'all think y'all could do. But thank y'all for watching. I hope you guys get something from this. I love you all. You guys be safe. And don't forget, there's a lot of content up on the channel and there's more to come. And I will see you guys later.